We'll see what Boba picks here. But now Curry and Rice immediately following up with the 5 quick locks. John Hamm back on Cypher. We're seeing the same comp that they ran on last Descent game versus them and
Club 5K.
Club 5K.
It's okay. Yeah, we're all.
Apologies, I blanked out for a hot second.
It's okay. It's all good. But yeah, we are gonna have to flip the sides there. You know, Curry and Rice and Old Heads, unless that, that does flip once we get into game. We will see. But yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to. Lots of really high octane playing. Lots of these players are familiar with each other. Old Heads did have a bye in the first round, so it is just getting here is going to be the important piece here. But definitely a lot to look forward to. We have a fade that we haven't seen a lot of teams utilize recently, but it is now a part of this game, and definitely excited to see what Kairos can do with this.
A little excited for this one too. As you said, their reputation does precede them. They were the winners of the last monthly Guildhouse tournament, them versus SJSU Blue. So now let's see if they're able to hold their title or whether Curry and Rice are ready to dethrone the Kings from the last match. And currently we're bringing us into the next map here, Ascent. Yeah. Stacking towards B site for Old Heads. And we're seeing a 3-stack mid for Curry and Rice.
Yeah, they are just going to commit to B really quick, and hopefully they can find something going for them. They are, pushing up tempo.
Huge knife from KO here, disabling John Hamm on side. Boss also getting 2 through the smoke. Double headshot with his classic. Huge value town. Omen's already lit up. Playing on site, Thomas TFT with 10 HP on the Omen. Jet tagged up just a little bit. A headshot will finish her off from the Ghost. But it doesn't matter. Campion holding a tight angle. Gets 1, gets 2 on Revenge.
One enemy remaining.
Kairos salvaging the round. Gets a... Ooh, Destroyer getting a shot on Kairos as Kairos takes a hider. Destroyer getting 2.
Yeah, now it's a 1v1. Thomas TFT very low on HP. Trying to maybe sneak their way around. As you see them, here they go. They're searching for them. Playing it nice and quiet. Understanding that, hey, maybe they're off of it. That is true. They don't see it. And Thomas TFT clutching up with 14 HP remaining.
Absolutely huge round. We're seeing a lot of picks out of here from Campion. Holding the tight angle on lane. Gets 1 when he drops onto logs. Gets 2 as on Revenge as Revenge tries to follow up for the refrag and gets 1 early pick on. Evening it out for them after losing 2 at the beginning to Ball Salsa. Huge play here from Campion and Thomas TFT on the circle too.
Yeah, Campion really got that 3K early. Just trying to open up and maybe flip what has gone wrong. As Curry and Rice were going to go ahead and push through. But now it's going to be up to Old Heads to go ahead and try to figure out a way how to continue on with that push and that pressure that they initially established.
John Hamm here knifing from tree, trying to see if there's anyone in A main, but getting no information out of it. Omen here playing a very interesting angle, actually. As you could see, Thomas TFT was playing towards maybe like an anti-flash. Maybe something that if Jet tried to dash up or play around the KO.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to look for those openings now. You do see the Prowler going to the backside, going ahead and opening up the site for them. Meanwhile, they are going to get that plant down. Boba already finding 2, but dropping dangerously low here. 15 HP happens to catch them, rotating through mid now. It's up to Curry and Rice to go ahead and try to find the opening here, or to go ahead and maybe even reset off of this. We do see Cade tossing in that flash. We'll see if that is going to be the case moving forward. Flash is down. A little bit of a toss and a little bit of a jump by Kairos. Going to be able to spray down 2. And Thomas TFT going to go ahead and close up Hide Air. And Old Heads number 2 taking it 2-0 right now.
Getting a little bit of eco damage in here from Curry and Rice. But that was a beautiful flash by Cade, getting both of them fully blind. And as you could see, minimal contact too with Heaven Surface. Just the fact that he was able to float up, not even make a single amount of noise until the flash was about to pop, and catch both of them off guard. Beautiful play here from K3K along with a follow-up from Kairos.
I'll show you.
Yeah, just a great play overall, and hopefully they can start rolling with this momentum. They do have better guns at this time for Curry and Rice, so hopefully they won't get discouraged. Hopefully maybe even find a pick here. Campion gonna be suppressed, not having a dash available, and now Basalsa might be able to swing out here. Basalsa and Hide Air teaming up to go ahead and take out some of the damage here, and Destroyer making their point heard here. So
absolutely beautiful play here by Curry and Rice as the 3-man swing main. They didn't know where to check. Close left, close right, as well as Wine here from Destroyer. putting them in a 4v2 situation. Boba getting a nice pick, I believe, mid, while he groups up with his Omen towards A main. Salsa and Destroyer both holding catwalk just in the event that they're able to walk through. Thomas gets a huge blind, forcing them both to tuck in. Boba getting a nice headshot on the hitter. Thomas spraying through the smoke. Putting Salsa dangerously low, but same with Boba. Now it's up to really John Hamm to try and make a play here alongside Thomas TFT.
They do be dancing out here with very, very dangerous. That can't be good.
Ooh, nice headshot from John Hamm. John Hamm taps the camera in the event, I guess, that Thomas is on B?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They were dropping dangerously low, you know. Curry and Rice had the better guns, but, you know, the most important thing, you know, econ damage done by Old Heads here. Able to take out 3. Almost taking out Ball Salsa, too. But
definitely. Ball Salsa dancing at a dangerous 6 HP. Amazing eco round here from Old Heads 2. Is there a reason why it's Old Heads 2? Aren't they the same comp as last tournament?
I think they're short one player. One of their players rotated out, so
I see.
that's why they're number 2. They're not the original OG OH, you know?
I see.
Stay focused.
So yeah, here we are hopping into round number 4. Curry and Rice trying to tie it up. Meanwhile, Old Heads gonna try to take the advantage here.
French getting a little bit of information here, but immediately gets spotted out by the Prowler. Being forced in a tight angle, gets blinded. Ooh, gets flashed in the smoke. Revenge gets some good damage onto onto Kairos. And also getting a little bit of tag damage here. It's from CT. Now it's up to John Hammond to see if he can hold on the site. No more tripwires, but instead 1 cage. John Hammond gets 1. He's able to get 2. Ooh, but gets taken out by Boba as they clear back site together. Now it's up to that 3 in CT in a 3v4 situation. Will they clear out both stairs?
Yeah, and Old Heads now having the plant down, putting the pressure on the Curry and Rice, Cade, and the rest of the team. Old Heads was just there. They understood the plan and definitely executed there.
Absolutely huge round by them. Just the fact that even if Destroyer was able to get 1 through the smoke, they immediately got wiped, each taking 1 each, securing the round for themselves 3-1.
Yeah, definitely utilizing that, you know. Old Heads right there on the screen. Definitely, you know, the wiser minds playing kind of mind games out here. We'll see if that is the case. Or they might be balding. I don't know. It depends. 50-50. We are going to be hopping into here. You know, Old Heads taking the lead 3-1 at the moment.
Very interesting stinger pick. Trying to see if he could refrag out on the KO push thing if someone's holding it.
It's all about that run and gun deal.
Ooh, Thomas, we're seeing another one of those juicy little GPs up on spawn. Destroyer getting 1 on Campion, getting refragged by Boba and B-Main. We're seeing actions here on both sides.
Prowler's going to be able to tag up John Hammond, so they have the information that they are there. Kairos definitely taking advantage of that. Revenge going to go ahead and pop Boba in the face, saying, "What armor? This is my headshot." They're going to continue on forward now. Revenge trying to find a way to open the door. Going to be able to do that as well. Salsa trying to create an opening for the team. A 3-on-3 opportunity. Might not be playing with the HP. Kairos going to go ahead and flip that around. Sends out the site. Gonna get suppressed here. Hi there. Just gonna allow them to figure out where they are. They double peek.
Friendship double peeking. Oh, and now Salsa, it's up to him CT with his stinger, but unfortunately he isn't able to get it to reload in time. They swing him CT full blind, secure the round.
Yeah, they were ready for that. They were ready for that re-peek and re-swing, and they were ready to go. So great play by everybody here, and hopefully they go ahead and secure that down. That is Curry and Rice over there. Still same seats, keeping it warm for themselves and continuing on with that pressure. Meanwhile, you know, Old Heads, fresh seats, getting ready for this next one. So here we go, approaching into round number 6, 4-1. Old Heads currently holding that lead.
Now we're seeing a little bit of a danger spot, but this is a situation where I guess the light armor on the head doesn't really matter, because when it comes down to it, it's still a one-tap on armor no matter what. Revenge getting 1, immediately gets traded out by Boba, and Destroyer's put at half HP in market, ends up getting found out by, wow, Boba catching him through the smoke. Now Campion dashes out to the side, and Salsa repositions himself, trying to get the frag. Gets him down by 130, but unfortunately isn't able to get the kill, and Campion resets his spray, gets a headshot on him. And now they have complete control of the site. It's up to John Hamm to see whether he can make something happen.
Yeah, they're just going to be playing it really quietly. It's up to John Ham and a Dream going to be able to grab one, but easy trade out by K, 3K. Just going to peek around the other side, so good job by them.
John Ham, unfortunately, not expecting the second swing from door. I think maybe he thought it was closed. Putting them at another loss as it's down to 5-1.
5-1, Old Heads definitely showing that they still have that new blood mechanics, just keeping it fresh and checking up every angle. So it's going to be up to Curry and Rice to go ahead and maybe play it safe this round. You know, they don't necessarily have the money to play with crazy guns at the moment, but hopefully they can stop a little bit of this momentum that Old Heads is playing with at the moment.
Getting a nice updraft, tags him through the wall. Thomas finishes off the kill. Camping gets the second one. Cade catches Hyder through the smoke before he even has a chance to peek mid. And yet again, it is down to John Ham in the 1v5 situation, sitting on A site. He has his camera up on B, maybe to potentially bait the fact that he is playing back to the site, but I don't think it matters. They're already up towards the market. They're trying to push out together. Ooh, but Thomas TFT is running up Cat, but he does catch John Ham running.
Yeah, he might have heard him, so
He does
see him now. So now it's just a matter of if Old Heads wants to go ahead and collapse on this. John Ham going to be tripping there, and that is going to be it. Old Heads taking another round.
Undeniable confidence. They heard the fact that this dude had the pistol, and they're like, you know what? Let's go get him.
Yeah, we know where you are. Like, all your stuff is on B. We'll play it safe towards A. We'll figure it out where it is. So good play by them. Curry and Rice definitely trying to figure out what they want to do here. Definitely a mentality shift compared to what they were doing to the other team last game.
Yeah, we can't really expect too hard of the lurks and stuff like that, just because they're playing the util and the fights perfectly when it comes down to answer. Being dashing out, Revenge completely deaf, can't hear anything because of the fatal. And that's a situation where it really goes to show how impressive that is. Ooh, Campion getting one at Hyder, but Destroyer refragging him. However, he's super low. Kairos, with all the confidence in the world because he knows he's blind, just swings through CT. Gets two.
Yeah, he's
and now it's up to Balsalsa and John Ham yet again.
Yeah.
Ooh, Balsalsa getting a nice headshot through the stairs, avoiding the flash completely.
Yeah.
Putting pressure on Old Heads, albeit into a 3v2 situation.
Trying to even out the numbers advantage here. Gonna be able to toss down the hat, so John Ham has the idea of where they are. Cade gonna swing over to the other side, and now they're trying to play with the numbers. They are utilizing the mollies and everything else that they have available. Cade taking a lot of damage. They're gonna swing onto that instead. He's gonna swing himself over there. But Thomas TFT and Cade just gonna be able to lock that down for Old Heads.
And even though we're not quite seeing an immediate kill here, Thomas TFT was able to chip Balsalsa, or I believe it was John Ham actually swinging CT just a little bit with a headshot, putting him at 72 HP and really putting them at a disadvantage. Especially because they were already playing in a 2v3 retake in the first place.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one to go ahead and play through. You have to figure out what angle you guys wanted to go through, but especially with the pressure that Old Heads is doing, like they are playing the information game really well, playing really tight, and just not giving a lot of space to play with.
I think this also comes down to like the way that they're playing it. So in terms of like composition, it might not quite be the same, but the way that they're playing it around the KO util, aggressively locking down catwalk and stuff like that, like they can't Curry and Rice has no other choice but to offer up the mid control. As you can see here, they're already playing very far back. Not quite over peaking, but instead trying to play together, make sure that if there is a death or a kill, maybe they might not have the information, but at least hopefully try to trade them out.
Using the fragment to go ahead and check that back corner.
John,
just in case
you're ready. Cage with his Aries. Pops the cages early.
Oh no!
The fade orb actually sees him over dice. You know, John Ham is stuck underneath hell. Destroyer gets one on Boba, lurking up mid. Campion takes out John Ham, but Balsalsa takes out Campion. Hyder gets taken out before he could do anything. Destroyer takes out a second one on Thomas TFT, but dashes away. Plant is denied. No, Spike actually wasn't denied, putting them in a 1v1 situation as Hyder actually falls to the timer. And now Kairos confidently holding Heaven as Revenge is put into a 1v1. Doesn't know where he is. And Kairos cleans up the kill with a nice clean headshot on him, Heaven, putting them up 8-1.
Yeah, that was the play, just figuring out the correct angle, you know, and taking full advantage of that. both teams definitely not coming out to play. They're just here to frag out, apply pressure. 1 to 8 at the moment. Old Heads pushing forward and just keeping their foot there.
Absolutely. And I think it was actually a little bit unfortunate, that John Hamm actually got seen by that Fate Orb. It was like the eyebrows of the Fate Orb was actually peeking over the dice box and actually they saw him.
Yeah, just a little bit, and it's just unfortunate. Like, just a little bit of elevation difference just would have changed that.
If you didn't see him, I think John might have been good for a couple there too, especially just because even though he was disabled, he still had his Aegis up and ready to play around with his areas. The champion actually getting caught by an aggressive mid-trip here. Oh, but nothing comes out of it. Balsalsa empties the mag, pulls up the classic, trying to fight him with a CT knives. It's a good tag, gets a jump. That's 1 kill. Playing a little corny in the CT. Destroyer gets 2 with his knives.
1 enemy remaining.
Who almost potentially gets 3, but instead Revenge takes it for himself, putting them into a 5v1 situation. And now K3K is stuck in market. All his util in the world, but it doesn't matter. Ends up tagging up, getting tagged up and cleaned up by the enemy team. Curry and Rice fight back. Shoot the nails for that round.
Yeah, definitely had to grab the 1. Have to break the momentum somehow, right? If it happens to be, round 10, it happens to be round 10. But yeah, definitely have the ability and pressure to go ahead and play through this. So we'll see if that is going to be the case for Curry and Rice as they're going to try to go and face off against Old Heads number 2. Who are just rolling with momentum, just had all the confidence of the world to just do whatever they want.
Let's see, extremely large play. Destroyer with his knife. Ooh, gets Kairos on the dash. Tries to look for Campion, but Campion tags him out. Balsalsa immediately refrags on Campion. Puts him in a good situation. John Hamm swings Cat, trying to catch out the mid to Cat lurk, but instead gets taken out by Boba. And now Hyder hears Boba and Catwalk, gets good flash on him. Pop flashes around the corner. Knows that there's at least one more there as he hears Cade flash on the corner. Now it's down to the util play in a 3v2 situation. Does he know that he's pushing through the smoke?
Probably not, just giving him a little bit of space. Ball's also going to drop that ultimate in order to create a little bit of space for the team. Now they're trying to just find the right angle to go ahead and play. A flash coming out. Thomas CFT trying to hold it down. Oh, just had to go ahead and give him a little bit of space, and K3K going to get taken out. And Curry and Rice starting to find a little bit of momentum here.
That was a huge round 2, especially puts them at least 3 to 9 or 3 to 8. Sorry, excuse me. As they try to fight back for these rounds here. That was an amazing play there from Hyder. Just the fact that he's able to flash around the corner, play for the information, and then he's ready to give up the angle whenever after the first pick. Not overheat, try to swing for 2, but instead respecting that space, getting ready to regroup, and getting ready to fight for the next fight on the side.
Yeah, really big play overall. We are just getting ready for this next one. Moving forward, Curry and Rice starting to find a little bit of a stride for themselves. As you see them starting to feel a little bit comfortable. The 9-3 curse is real? Question mark?
I think it's
just an urban myth.
We'll break it down in the meantime. I will admit that. Disgusting. Ooh, Campion actually finding Balsalsa through the smoke. Unfortunate timing for Balsalsa. Revenge tries to jump away, ends up ragdolling very awkwardly off of stairs. Campion finding 2. Killjoy ult, not really necessary as they just overtook site. They said, we're not waiting for that. We're instead just going through hyper aggressive. Even though Campion has 30 HP, he's still holding lane, getting ready to fight for something. They found by John. Yeah. Reaper walking out of the smoke as they hold a tight ankle. Catches off Boba, who's trying to jiggle B main for the pressure. And they hear that K3K is up in mid. They hear him break the trip, but they don't care. They don't turn around.
Player standing.
Now it's just up to Cade.
Cade is struggling now here, ready to swing, but they know that he was mid, and they all look towards stairs, and they...
Good adjustment by Curry and Rice, starting to figure out how they wanted to go ahead and play this. So they are going to go ahead and lock down that final bit and bring this into a 4-8.
Fortunate that it was at the very end of the half, but still at the same time, at least getting some is getting better than none, especially in a situation like that where they were definitely getting pressured early on and respecting old heads a little too much. They were able to work that pick back.
Yeah, definitely learning how to push back, make old heads number 2 think about it a little bit before going ahead and just, going guns blazing straight into their point, doing whatever they want. So really good adjustment overall, and I am excited to see what they decide to do on defense now.
I think it was a little disgusting. I cannot believe that Campion actually landed that shot through the CT smoke on Balsalsa. Full autoing with the Ares, hoping to get one when he dashed on the switch. Campion hits the switch, immediately flicks the CT, just lands a headshot.
Yeah,
Balsalsa not seeing much action just because he just gets taken out,
Wrong place, wrong time, just sometimes you get lucky. You throw something in a smoke and somebody happens to be there. But yeah, just unfortunate for them on that run, but now, new half, new econ. So let's see how it goes.
Was that a 5-man? No, that was a 4-man knife. Getting pressure as they know towards G-Min. They know that John Hamm is lurking a little bit. They know that he has done so many times on the last Ascent map. So Kairos is holding A main. Ooh, but they just avoid all the. I'm not too sure if he sees him. Campion ends up taking out Balsalsa with a nice headshot on Kaiwa. And John Hamm actually gets Kairos full blind off of the Prowler, putting them in a 3v4 situation as Old Heads gets flashed out on site. Revenge takes out the K3K, takes out Boba as well. Now putting them in a 3v2 situation, albeit a little bit. John Hamm walks out of the smoke, Campion is waiting and ready. And Revenge just jumps off of the lift, gets 3 for himself, gets 4. Revenge being an absolutely huge MVP for this round.
Revenge doing exactly what his namesake is, and just getting revenge on the rest of the team for Old Heads is that, hey, you're rolling with momentum. Let's change that. Let's just change that a little bit.
Seeing that type of confidence, especially from a silver player, is pretty ridiculous. A lot of times, like, they play around their util. A lot of times you want to stay alive for the dart and stuff like that so that they can scan. But instead, the fact that he's jumping up into heaven off of the flash, he's ready to swing doorway, he's ready to fight for that those angles. Very impressive play here by Revenge.
Oh, now they're gonna just try to play it quite quick. They do have gun advantage.
Ooh, there was a huge knife here from Old Heads. K3K hitting all 5 of them, disabling all their util, and now they know exactly where they are.
Exactly, that is huge. They understand that they are going to be in that little corridor, so they probably won't push it. They will probably just try to figure out a way how to collapse on it, or are they also just going to rotate through A?
I think they just pushed through the util. Not too sure if the Dark was meant to see anything, if that was a mistake. Kate getting 2, good for 2 on site. Revenge taking it back, Destroyer taking 1 for himself. Hyder taking 1 for himself as well. Taking 1 more in heaven, but it gets traded out by Thomas TFT from Door in by a classic 2v1 situation. Unfortunately, isn't able to land the triple headshot that the classic is known to do. Gets taken out and gets put in 6-8.
Yeah, it is going to be a 6-8 altercation at the moment. Hopefully we can continue on with the pressure and the fight in general. 6-8 at the moment. Hopefully we can continue on with that pressure, and we will see how it goes.
And we also saw a huge eco damage there just with the classics, and the fact that they weren't really able to, secure the round very well. That they're down only 2 Spectres now in light armor and Sheriffs. Meanwhile, the enemy team Old Heads has full-on guns and armor. So we'll see if they're able to make something happen. Know that Balsalsa is towards A, gets suppressed by the KO knife. K3K holding something tight on Kairos is getting his thing ready to hit.
The swing was really ballsy, and Thomas TFT is just ready to go. He does
Destroyer.
get taken out there.
The fact that Destroyer was able to get 2 there, showing off his aggression, showing off the fact that he's ready to fight those angles, even if he's down the gun advantage. Boba showing presence Door. As Revenge tries to work up something in heaven. Or sorry, excuse me, plant the bomb before working out under heaven.
Yeah, Boba has this angle right now, but I don't know if they know if Balsalsa has actually held this down. They might peek the wrong way. We'll see. They're watching each other. You do see the recon arrow come out. Campion doesn't quite see the turn and has to turn around, makes the 180, but it's not going to happen. And it looks like Curry and Rice starting to find a little bit of a stride here.
That was a pretty big round. The fact that they were able to, barrel stuff, catwalk, and kill the players before they were even able to play around their util really rewarded Destroyer with the fact that his aggressive playstyle, the fact that he's willing to swing wide on those angles with the Spectre and get the double headshot that's needed from something close like that is very impressive.
Yeah, old head starting to slow up a little bit as Curry and Rice is starting to find a little bit of a stride here. A 3-0 run, or technically a 6-0 run if you consider it from the last half as well. Just starting to answer back a tiny bit.
Champion getting tagged before the fight can begin. Destroyer immediately swings an angle, gets a tag. Gets away before he actually takes too much damage off of the molly. K3K falls to sight now. Getting put in a 4v5 situation with Eagles. John Hamm with a signature lurk towards catwalk, the rattiness. And Thomas CFT unfortunately does see him catwalk. And now they're aware of the lurk. More so than before. They obviously knew that he does look for those.
So yeah, they have Jet marked at the moment. So we'll see if they can really play off of that util, understanding, hey, maybe they are pushing mid. They might try to head back towards A or to B. So they're leaving the Killjoy on B in order to just play around the util. We'll see if that is going to be the
potential hero play here. Maybe pushes through the smoke or holds a tight angle on it. Oh, John Hamm and Thomas dancing dangerously close to each other. Not quite seeing each other because of the smoke, but maybe John Hamm potentially does have the chance, but he did hear the moment smoke go off.
30 seconds.
Ooh, the fade. John with a huge radical lift through mid. Kairos landing a double headshot.
He's got 3 kills. It's not going to be enough as Curry and Rice is just ready there. High Dare going to be able to get the spike back, but not quite the plant. But yeah, Curry and Rice, we thought they were done, but making us eat our words here.
Absolutely. And like I said, I feel like they're being rewarded for that aggressive playstyle that they were able to do with this comp in the match prior, where they're playing around the KO, they're playing around the Sova util, clearing everything close, and they're just kind of going from there.
Yeah, definitely trying to figure out how they're going to play around this, gun round. Everybody has full stacks. Campion playing with no armor, though. We'll see if that is going to change the way how they go about this.
Ooh, good flash from... Was that their KO?
Yes, it was. They are going to be utilizing that coming out from old heads, allowing that flash to go through. We'll see if that gets anything. Actually, no, it was from Curry and Rice, just to try to blind any aggressive peaks.
Be a little dangerous if Destroyer got blinded there. I'm not too sure if they would have won that. And now Campion taking an aggressive post with his op. I think he's potentially looking for John Hamm's lurk. Trying to see if he pushes up through B main.
Yeah, he understood that there is a tripwire here, so they don't want to full commit to it.
A beautiful ult here from KO, disabling the Killjoy on edge, aggressive util. Unfortunate that Hyder swings first before anything could happen. Boba clears 2 up from heaven, and now they're being put in a 1v4 situation. John Hamm getting 1, but unfortunately gets swung through the smoke, and old heads, despite all the util, despite all of the things being thrown at them, are able to clean up Curry and Rice before they're able to push on site.
Yeah, definitely closing this up. Trying to swing the momentum back in their favor, had to put on the brakes a little bit. And if it happened to be here, that is the answer for them. So, old heads trying to play it a little bit more disciplined, hopefully get a couple more kills going their way, and we will see if that is going to be the case moving into this round number, I believe it is 18, yes.
That was a remarkable play, though, from Old Heads. Really utilizing the comms, the way that they want to bait and swing mainly. Really dismantled the way that Curry and Rice wanted to execute the site. So now we show the KO knife disabling Kairos before he could pop the ultimate. But it doesn't matter. Kairos, he holds the tight angle and gets 3 headshots with the spray before he's able to get anything.
This man sprays with no mercy whatsoever. Just
hard swinging the angle. He's finding the confidence that he had on the attacker side earlier. Now he's just swinging it over and over again. Gets 1, doesn't fall. Instead, he swings it again, gets 2, transfers to the 3rd. Really putting his team in an advantage before securing the round for them. An absolutely beautiful play here from Kairos, putting them up 10-8.
Yeah, they needed that full-on momentum stop, but can they close it out here? We'll see if Old Heads is starting to find their own momentum and might just swing it back in their favor. Once again, approaching round 19, we'll see if this is going to be the case as we are letting the gates open at the moment. Another 100 seconds before the bomb needs to be planted.
We're seeing Campion playing the angle here with the op. Does see Revenge's pistol. Does hear him jumping mid here. A little bit of pressure on Catwalk as Cade 3K is trying to check out what's going on with it. Campion actually hits Revenge on the tight jump, and Hyder immediately refrags him from top mid with a Guardian. Nice shot from him.
John Hamm gonna get.
But even more ridiculous reaction time from Campion landing that shot.
Yeah, both of these teams are just kind of feeling each other out now. They got a lot of time on the clock, so really not a lot of pressure needed. So we will see if they want to approach from mid. They're going to have to open up that door, figure out the way how they're going to go ahead and break in. But right now, Curry and Rice slowly leaning towards A side. We'll see if they do commit.
Can we get a gun check actually on Curry and Rice? I think they're playing down a little bit, are they not? In terms of just like the weapons. Vandals, I believe.
There we go. We do see the Fade ultimate going through, going to allow for them to get a little bit more information. Mark and Decade. Kairos just spraying through the smoke, looking for John Hamm. Can he get it? He has to reload, pulling out the classic, trying to just deal a little bit of damage, and Cade's going to be there in order to cover for them. Great play overall.
Destroyer a little bit ballsy, getting full hit by the KO, or not the KO, the Fatal, but still running through the smoke with no audio.
Yeah.
The fact that he's willing to go for something like that, that's a little bit, not too sure if that was the play, but at the same time, you know, maybe he sees something that I don't.
You gotta commend the confidence of just like, I know I can't hear anything, but I'm just gonna go for it. Like, once again, it is a, you know, element of surprise. Sometimes, you know, the dumbest play is the biggest brain play.
But at the same time, you know, like, the stomping through the smoke is a little,
yeah,
a little scary. Ooh, John Hamm utilizing playing around the Prowler pretty well. Doesn't let the massive size get in the way that he can land that headshot.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, you know. Kairo's gone, and meanwhile Curry and Rice starting to make their attacks onto A site. You do see
one-man push through. They don't know that Campion is actually on the flank with his knives out. Revenge, they're completely lost. They're unaware that the fact that he's in a main. Campion gets two, they don't look at him, but Destroyer refrags and puts them in a semi-favorable 2v2 situation. Oh, not anymore, as Revenge is only 20 HP. And Thomas TFT is now...
Oh my god, he got the tag through the smoke. And now, Thomas TFT, they know where he is, but Revenge is at 20 HP. Does he just turn this?
There they are.
He's gonna go for it. Trying to go for the spray. Does he have enough pressure for it? He's gonna be able to do it. Thomas TFT gonna be able to get that last hit and close that out. Oh man.
An absolutely beautiful headshot through the corner there by Revenge, trying to make it happen, but it doesn't work as Thomas TFT plays it even better. Playing it around Jenny, taps the bomb to give Revenge a sense of urgency with the way he's playing around the time. Not letting him know that he did actually in fact hit him through the smoke. And he closes out the round for them 12-8, giving them a match point and an unfavorable bye for Curry and Rice.
Yep, and it's going to be up to Old Heads to go ahead and close this out with what they have available. 3 seconds before the gates open, and Old Heads try to shut it down. Here they go, trying to take up mid. See where they want to go ahead and push through here.
Ooh.
Campion pushing really aggressively, plus also dropping down to 4.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Campion getting the first one. Hyder through the boxes, going for more. Kairos getting hyper aggressive as well, but also going to be able to get
We're
Campion.
seeing a huge amount of confidence over here from Campion. The fact that he's still swinging it over and over. Campion got full flashed by the KO, yet he still pushes up into that corner, is able to take out Hyder before he even has a chance to spray him with the blind
I know
going.
exactly where you
And although Basalsa is at 5 HP, putting them in an unfavorable situation, let's see if Revenge is able to make something happen in Tree. Maybe double up with Cade. Ooh, Revenge unfortunately taking a huge amount of damage, 120. As both players play towards Tree. And now Thomas TFT catches the healthy player John Hamm through the smoke, and now Cade pushes through. They know that Revenge is main, they know that he's playing slow. And they close out the round before anything can happen. All 3 players tagged up before they could swing out. Closing the game, putting them at 13-8 for their first map on the set.
Yeah, definitely keeping the games close overall. It's not just, you know, full on rolls, if anything. We thought it was, at least halfway through the first half. You know, it was 8-2. But Curry and Rice definitely made a run, tied it up at 8 apiece, and then, you know, after that they just put on the Jets. This time, you know, when it did come down to Old Heads, they were just ready to go.
Definitely. And Kairos really put in a lot of work. You know, we didn't really see that type of aggression sort of in the beginning of the second half. he was kind of just playing around his util, kind of letting them push into him as he dropped the prowler, dropped the fear, dropped the sight, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden he starts swinging everything.
Yeah.
He starts pushing up through mains. He starts swinging out through lane, getting 2 to 3 every single round, and absolutely hero plays coming from him. Especially he's able to close it out, and at the very end of the match, he's matching Campion out at the top of the leaderboard. And
Yeah,
so,
they were just ready to go. They were ready to swing. It does just take a little bit of confidence. The second that you guys get it, you're swinging everything. You feel unstoppable. And Kairos is definitely one of those players who can feel that. So we saw it earlier. Just maybe I'll just use the util. Maybe I'll just find something here and there. And then just all of a sudden they're just like, we're going. We're guns blazing. Let's go.
He said, "Oh, they broke it.
Yeah.
I'll swing anyway."
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever. At least they're giving a lot more information moving forward. So. We'll see how it ends up playing as we're about to get into the next one. We'll see as everybody's starting to reset, figure out where they want to go. But yeah, definitely a great match that we've had.
Definitely.
And looking forward to even more. This is a best of 3. This is our grand finals too.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely high stakes. Good Valorant play overall by everybody. And we're gonna have a lot of really great games. We do have the chat open as well. So welcome on in if you guys are from the Twitch chat. We do recognize you guys out here. It is FanimeCon weekend out here in San Jose, and we are at the Guildhouse in San Jose. This is our third and final match of the day, so hopefully we have some good games, lots of good frags.
Definitely, we're seeing a lot of high-octane gameplay from both teams. We're seeing aggressive pushes. We're seeing some insane 1v3 sprays, clutches, and stuff like that. Headshots through smokes. Hyper-awareness from both teams, really showing their stuff, showing their skill, and what they're best at. And so at the end of the day, we're seeing some really good Valorant gameplay, so make sure to stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot more of this coming up pretty soon. It's just a matter of everybody getting back into the lobby. Some of them have to take breaks. We had to take breaks.
Yeah.
We can't just, be here the whole day. But definitely have a lot of fun here. Really good venue. Lots of people downstairs enjoying the games that we do have here.
Definitely.
Old heads. We have a
game, snacks, food, drinks. If you guys are in the San Jose State area or San Jose area, make sure to come on down, check it out. Guildhouse. I believe they're open past. Is it 8 p.m.?
I don't know.
either.
I got here. No. But yeah, it's going to be really cool to go ahead and see these guys. They're just checking up on some of the things that they need to do. Maybe watch a couple of the highlights. Maybe listen to our amazing voices over the cast. We'll see what they decide to do. But for now, just getting reset, getting ready. Maybe grabbing a water or 2 or 8. Depends on how thirsty these guys really are. But hopefully we can get this up and running pretty soon. Is there anything that you guys that you want to plug since we're here?
No, not really. Kind of Twitter is underneath my name at the bottom. If you want to drop by and say hello, I post the most random stuff there. If you ever want to, if you care enough.
If you care enough, I feel that. We will get to that. Once again, my name is Kanashi. I'm a caster, and I am one of the hosts for Fanime as well for the gaming convention side. I will be there literally anytime after 9 p.m. is my time slot. So I have the ridiculous 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. time slot over there. But definitely a lot of fun games over there. You could also catch me on Twitter if I happen to do any other things. Valorant is my secondary game of all things. I used to play a ton of Valorant, played since the beta. Then I realized, hey, well, everybody from, the other bigger esports are just moving over.
Yeah.
So, how am I supposed to compete with big names when I'm a small guy?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we're going to go ahead and move over to the smaller game that nobody really, picks up, start a creative little scene there, that should work out best for me. So, my main game is actually Pokemon Unite of all things. And
is that the Pokemon MOBA?
Yeah, the Pokemon MOBA.
What the?
yeah. You really don't expect me, to be able to flip flop between the two, but that's how it is. Valorant is, still my FPS of choice.
Mm-hmm.
But Pokemon Unite is the next
Definitely
up.
A fun game, though.
It is a fun game. Easy barrier to entry. Unlike League and Dota, where the games could take 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever. The Pokemon Unite's always done after 10 minutes, so it's just one of those things. But enough about other games. Let's go ahead and talk about Fade, the newest character that has been added. We saw Kairos utilizing it to the best of their advantage. Just being able to utilize the utility that Fade provides is ridiculous.
And yeah, on that note, actually, I'm not too sure how I feel about her, just because while at the same time she does give vision and the type of things that Sova and I guess Sky kind of give.
Yeah.
At the same time, a lot of her utility is breakable. Her root is a little bit dodgeable, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you could kind of just play back or maybe bait it out if you just make noise and then back off. And so, and then same with her dog. The dog is, I think it has like 100 HP.
Yeah, it's pretty squishy.
Yeah, and at the same time, it is pretty slow if it doesn't have a marker. But the way I kind of saw Kairos playing around it was he was popping it through the smokes. He was getting everything close and then pushing out. So I personally don't know how I feel about her. I guess she is the close range equivalent of Sova, if that makes sense. You kind of
Yeah.
throw it through the smoke, throw the util on the closer angles, and then push out to sight. Whereas for Sova, I kind of see him. He plays far back. He does the lineup for the arrow on the wall. He does the lineup for maybe backside arrow
Mhm.
and then the drone through. And he's still by the time the drone's done, his team's already out and he's playing back. Meanwhile, I feel like Fade has the initiation power of playing up close and personal at the same time scanning through smokes and giving the same vision or sort of the same vision that Sova is able to get to, or getting darts through areas that Sova normally isn't able to reach. So I feel like she's strong in her own way,
Mhm.
but I definitely feel as though she is the type of initiator that kind of needs support from like another initiator,
Mhm.
unless like you're cracked like Kairos and you're
Yeah.
swinging everything over. and
That
over
or they
again.
happen to like everything is smoked off and you can play close range. Like
Exactly,
it's that kind of you need like either to close the distance or to know exactly where they are. But we are about to hop into our next match. By the way, it is going to be Haven for map number 2 and Old Heads versus Curry and Rice once again. And Old Heads taking game 1, so we will see how they are going to go ahead and pick as they are approaching game number 2 this time. Definitely a lot to look forward to here. We have the final bits of the game moving on forward and lots to look out for. Haven is one of those maps a lot of teams are comfortable playing and getting used to. So we will see if that is going to play into maybe some of the more unorthodox picks. Like right now we do see a Neon of all things.
Campion is disgusting on Neon. Actually, is the last time we played against him. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I don't think it was Campion. There was another team where this Neon just kept running at us, and he would just he had lineups for long and stuff like that, where it would take off. It would pressure a lot of the angles where you don't have to clear it anymore because the stun hit would hit such a far distance that it would be insane.
Yeah, that
Select
is
your
definitely
agent.
something that we will be looking for. You see Curry and Rice trying to lock in that final bit for themselves, and hopefully that will work out for them. So,
Now that I think about it, actually, it's just another map reset. Now they're just playing instead of Haven Ascent. Now they're playing Ascent to Haven. So.
yes.
And we did see a lot of confidence, a lot of gunfighting and stuff like that. Good gunplay, good util usage, and communication from Curry and Rice in the match prior. But now, let's see if they could try to carry that that energy that they had from their previous opponent into the new one, especially against the skilled Old Heads number 2.
Yeah, that is definitely something that they have to keep in mind moving forward. They are playing against a team that like we've seen both of these teams kind of go on a run every once in a while. They were challenging themselves, but if it does get to the point where it gets out of hand, I wonder if Old Heads have if this is just a second gear, or same thing with Curry and Rice. Maybe this is just a second gear. It's just a matter of when do they put it on? When do they apply the pressure? And we'll see how they decide to do that. We do see the way how both teams are kind of leaning and rolling out. Curry and Rice definitely playing a little bit more split, leaning 3 towards A, so on and so forth. Meanwhile, Old Heads just kind of leaning towards A at the moment, going to be able to find one. Destroyer going to be able to pick off Kairos to open up the fight, but we'll see how the rest of the team is going to be playing out here. Campion going to be able to change that around.
K3K pop flash to the corner, catches Destroyer, catches John Hammond, he tries to flash around it. Catches 3 kills as K3K is able to lock down A site, putting them in a 2v2 situation as well. Salsa holding down angle. Ooh, Hyder unfortunately has to reload his pistol, gets one. Unfortunately, not able to catch out the on Thomas TFT as he closes out the round. The fact, I think the moment he had to reload,
Yeah.
Chamber walked out of the smoke.
Yeah.
And so there's a really weird, like, awkward staring competition. Meanwhile, Boss also is completely blinded on sight by the Omen. And poor lad is trying to fight for his life while, you know, Hyder and Bobo were both staring at each other.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, you know, have a nice romantic candlelit dinner before you pop the Glock, you know?
Yep.
So that's just how it is going down here. Old Heads taking the lead right now versus Curry and Rice, and oh my god, Campion. That was disgusting. Going ahead and just swinging the doors and just not letting them see the light of day.
Trying to make something work up very long, but instead gets taken out.
Spike
K3K
down
holding
mid.
window, takes out Ball Salsa as they push down mid. All the confidence in the world as they're looking for refrags. But John Hamm is not perturbed. Holding Garage takes out Campion before he can make anything happen, and John Hamm is trying to see what he can get to. So takes out 2 with his Eagle.
Oh man, Kero should have checked the
They know
corner.
exactly where he is now.
Yeah, they know where he is. It's just a matter of can he stop it, but no, the rest of the team is already there.
Although I will admit, huge eco damage. This might be a repeat of what happened last game, but this time for the opposite team. Now we're seeing a lot of eco damage, half pistols, full armor. Albeit now there's still 3 Spectres, and meanwhile from Curry and Rice we're seeing a full gun buy. A little bit dangerous though, because for both Revenge and Destroyer they have to go half armor, and as you know, Sova is a very expensive character, so hopefully they can make this work.
Yeah, they're going to need something working out in their favor, and now we do see the aggressive push by Boba. He is going to stop one, going to be able to get out of there real quick.
It started off and suppressed, opening up the mid for the potential lurk. And now the Oldhead has to be worried for it, but Thomas TFT gets one on Destroyer, gets refragged by Revenge as he sprays him through the corner box. And now Oldheads are playing retake in CT as Sky dogs out the side, tries to get information. Neon trying to drop out a garage window here and see if anyone's playing close on the angle.
Oh,
Campion lurking up close, potentially able to catch Boss Salsa. Oh, unfortunate. Boss Salsa with the amazing timing yet again is able to just slightly dodge him for a half second. Revenge swings from C-Long, catches one. Kairos is swinging from backside, catches John Hamm out, and Boss also refrags him immediately, putting them up 1-2 on the board.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be sweating a little bit. I mean, you have all the util that it's being used, you know, perfect timing, and then answering back with trying to cut off a couple things left and right, and then, you know, the initial push by, I believe it was Campion trying to get into sight, just knowing, oh, you fired it just a half second too early, and now everybody knows where you're at. So it do be like that, but if anything, should be getting pretty close in terms of buys.
We're seeing a pretty full gun round from both teams. Not quite the full gun round that we need, but K3K getting disabled. Full disable from the K ultimate. The Destroyer now dashes on top of generators. Thanks for the jump by John Hamm getting Boba through the smoke through the box. Getting 2 on Campion. K3K refragging on Hyder. Destroyer killing him, and then Thomas TFT immediately taking out the KO. Putting them in a 4v1 situation as Destroyer tries to dash and get out of Kairos' crosshair, but isn't able to escape. However, John Hamm just swings from C-Long and refrags him before any damage can happen. Or not, sorry, not C-Long, garage window.
Yeah, so 2 apiece right now. You know, both teams definitely starting to figure out how the other team wants to play. We are, once again, going into another save round here for Old Heads. Meanwhile, Curry and Rice having a lot of money to play with, so it's just a matter of figuring out, like, is it worth the pressure and the push here? I'm just going to go ahead and take over for a second. I'm just going to go ahead and have a seat. We are going to go ahead and watch this quick push. As Kairos trying to find an initial spin. We'll see if that is the case. That doesn't seem to be it. On for Campion. Pushing so aggressively. Hyder going to be able to close that out onto them. And we will see what happens here. John Hamm already on site along with Destroyer and the rest of the crew for Curry and Rice. And Oldhead, oh my god, the shock dart. Just happens to catch him on the back end. They're just spraying through the smoke, just trying to make sure that nobody is up at heaven.
Okay, trying to go on the flank here, but there's so much util that he has to push through that unfortunately he's not able to get away with without breaking it. And now they're aware that he's on the flank, not just the full-on turret, but also the alarm bot. And so now we have 2 people looking towards long as Hyder is kind of just tucked up short, waiting for Sai to push through.
Oh!
Thomas TFT catching 2, almost lines up for him. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the frag.
Now
And
they have
K3K, even though they know he's on flank, is still able to catch Hyder off guard. And Cade is jumping towards site, looking for exit kills, trying to break the eco, trying to make sure that the damage goes through. And Revenge is now looking for K3K. And they just barely miss each other. And Revenge, unfortunately, swings right into K3K. Cade is ready for him. And they're taking out one more, putting their eco in a little bit of a better spot, but still, Curry and Rice are still able to afford a full buy for their entire team.
Yeah, they have a little bit left in the bank, so now it's just a matter of figuring out how they want to do it. Looks like there might be a tack pause called up, and yeah, it looks like that is going to be the call here from the side of Old Heads. They do want a quick tack.
Or no, it was Curry and Rice.
Oh.
I believe John Hamm took the timeout.
Oh,
Elvis here,
true.
or Elvis Revenge.
We might need a tack pause. It's up to them to go ahead and call it because they do have it available in the game.
Seeing in chat that Revenge is being called by his mama.
Oh yeah, you better pick that up. You can't leave Mama hanging. She will come by and hit you with a slipper if you do not answer her phone.
An unfortunate circumstance, especially in situations like this. No matter how old you are, you're still Mom's boy.
Yeah, and no matter how hard you try, Mom Slipper always has 100% hit rate.
Exactly. Unlike my headshot percentage.
Yeah, exactly. It's she always lands the headshot. You won't even know where it's coming from. It's just a slipper from halfway across the room. But we're just chilling here. We're trying to figure out what the call is for now. Quick pause coming out, and having to take a quick call. As for us, we're just chilling here. Guildhouse, San Jose. As you see, lovely venue. We have a lot of people here today. As you can see, a couple people in cosplay as well. We are just chilling. We're literally a block away from the convention center. So
yeah, the San Jose Convention Center. If you guys are near the Fanime Convention Center in San Jose, search up Guildhouse. We're right down the street from that. And if you want any food, the drinks and stuff like that, maybe entertainment, a couple of board games just to chill, take a nice deep breath away from the hype and the energy at the convention center, feel free to join us. Address is in chat: 420 South 1st Street. Are you interested? Do any of you happen to have a lightning cable?
I do not. I'm one of those weirdos who has an Android.
Anyways, it's okay.
All right, looks like that is going to be the unpause. We're about to get into this. Campion hitting that cheese button and going to continue on with the push. We'll see if that is the kill right there. Yep,
the movement abuser as he hazes Hyder before he can make anything happen.
One of those games where you play Apex Legends when you thought you were playing Valorant. So,
right, continuously. While Salsa takes out Campion before he could do any more damage with his ultimate. However, we're seeing Curry and Rice extremely low on HP.
And yeah,
for stuck in the corner. It doesn't even matter. No matter how low he is, he's still ready and confident to fight the angle. Takes out Thomas TFT before he could do any more damage, putting them in a 4v3 situation. However, Destroyer 2 HP. John Hamm at like 20 actually, as you see on the screen.
Yeah, dropping dangerously low. So they may have numbers, but it will come down to how well they play off of each other here.
Exactly, especially just because the fact that one bullet each will literally kill both John Hamm and Destroyer. And now we see them currently lurking up towards A long here. Boba holding towards short, peeks from heaven, catches Destroyer before he can do any damage. Sprays through the smoke, catches John Hamm, and like I said, one bullet each. All he has to do is come into the spray and make it happen. K3K gets scanned by the dart, but it doesn't matter. We weren't able to react fast enough, whilst also getting traded out. Boba backside as Revenge is trying to make the magic happen. Catches off Boba. Swings, catches 2 on the headshot. Doesn't know where Karis is on the 3rd, but he hears him droning CT. Revenge here has ultimate. Sova versus Sova. We're about to see a Sova diff here, people. Kairos getting ready to shoot through the bottom site. Revenge tries to get the headshot, but Kairos unfortunately frags him out. We see Revenge a little bit frustrated there as he tried to attempt to win the 1v3 clutch situation, putting them at 3-3, evening out the score.
Yeah, evening out the score, and this is starting to become a chess match. It's just where do you find the pieces? Where do you find your openings in order to go ahead and ensure victory? That is going to be the game. So, We'll see how these two teams are going to end up playing up against each other, and hopefully we get a little bit more action moving forward. Definitely keeping it even, keeping it close. So, you know, we are in the halfway point. We're technically at like the end of the first quarter, so we'll see how well the rest of the teams are going to end up playing out here. And the gate's open.
See, I'm leaning towards C long here. Try to work with the pick as Omen and Sky are both towards C site. Not too sure if the knife was able to see Sky as Destroyer is trying to work up the pick. Use signature dash through the smoke. Ulting back right. Nobody clears close. Cade with an amazing play. Catches 3 people. Catches 4 with his classic. And now it's up to the ace as Revenge is walking out with his bow.
Oh my god,
The shot dart ready. Cade is hungry for that ace. 15 HP on the Sky. And he swings C-Long with a confidence. We're seeing a nice laugh as he gets the ace on the round. Absolutely huge Sky play. Cade 3K walking away successfully with a 5-piece, putting him 14-4 on the leaderboard.
Yeah, they played that so well. Cade, that you just see the trigger discipline of Cade just hiding in the corner, realizing, hey, you know what? If they don't full clear this, this is mine for the taking. And you bet that they're gonna be looking at that corner from now on. Curry and Rice might regret that round as they're moving forward. But now, you know, they have to play with a light buy in order to go ahead and play full on the next round.
This is impressive though. The fact that they're able to go back up C-Long despite the fact that, you know, that they just got wiped there in the 1v5 just goes to show that they're mental. They haven't given up yet on the fight. They're ready to still take that angle. Confident to re-execute the same play even if they didn't work out the first time. They're ready to try again. Sky all coming out here. As John Ham gets Cade 3K trying to push on flank. Omen now full blinds him as John Ham tries to back off. Champion getting hit with a nice little shock dart in CT. As he neon walls out, giving pressure. A huge daunting wall that she could easily slide through. Backside, looking for the kill on the CT. Ooh, John Ham with a full blind, moving, running, and gunning.
Last player standing.
But we're getting sprayed through the smoke before he even has a chance to stand in action. And John Ham good for 4 on this round. And we're seeing back-to-back huge gunplay action from him. What the?
Oh.
A little bit scary. We're seeing a little grin from Balsalsa as I think he was thinking the same thing I was. The bomb almost exploding and taking away both the Spectre and the Vandal potentially.
It's one of those things. It's like, we're fine, right? We're good, right?
Right?
I can be here, right? They were playing definitely really close to it, but yeah, definitely working out in their favor. Old heads. And Curry and Rice definitely going back and forth now. You do see Cade 3K with 14 at the moment. John Ham leading for the side of Curry and Rice.
Beautiful and amazing gunplay from both teams. Revenge getting beat. Yeah, he got tagged on like the toe.
Ow.
As he tried to jump around the corner, get a little bit of vision, and potentially someone holding towards A-Lock. Little bit of vision shown on Balsalsa as he does get tagged by the Sova drone as they sack towards 3 towards A. Kairos able to snatch Revenge as Revenge is trying to hold an off. Push through. Destroyer good for 1. Wilbur swinging long, good for 2. And now a little bit of a dangerous situation here as Kairos is tucked backside with only a little bit of HP, potentially 2 bullets. 38 HP, actually only 1 shot. And Omen takes an aggressive peek, but unfortunately for Curry and Rice, Kairos does get the heal back, gets the rifle.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out a place to go. Happens to be Seaside once again. So, Old Heads having to play with a player down, now having to retake Seaside. We'll see what they are going to have to get here. We do see the scan going
backside. Cade lost on the fact that Hyder is literally right next to him.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it is very difficult because he has to choose the fight that he wants to go for, either the one deep sea long or the one close to him backside. And unfortunately, gets taken out before he can make anything happen. Puts Curry and Rice up 5-4.
5-4 is that magic number right now. We'll see if, you know, both these teams are keeping it close. It's not, you know, a full blowout. It's not a game of runs like we saw from the past couple of them. But now it's up to Old Heads to go ahead and try to figure out a way how to open the gates once again. And if it requires them to play slightly different, we'll see if that is the case. We do see the scan. And a little bit
breaking the dart.
Yep. Creating a little bit of space for them right now.
Ooh, Campion finds Destroyer on the jiggle peak. down their entry fragger. Chicken rice. Curry and rice trying to make it happen.
Spike down A.
I think I'm a little bit hungry after that call.
We're all hungry. Like, we got a little bit of food here from the Guildhouse. We were just trying to find a perfect opportunity to put it in our mouth. But at the moment, you know, Curry and Rice trying to find the opening here. You do see a little bit of damage up on the KO, so it's just a matter of can they get to site and safely get there.
Ooh,
John Hamm gonna pop the ultimate, creating a little bit of space.
Absolutely huge threat, just because of the fact that you are able to pick him up. Hyder completely abandons him. He says, I am not going to res you, but then doubles back because he knows he's a good teammate. And,
Oh.
Reses John Hamm before he does pass out from exhaustion there. An absolutely funky looking nade right on the window. I'm not sure if that hits. Nobody watching Heaven, and Hyder immediately regretting that he John Hamm as nobody's watching the angle point. Putting them in a 2v1 situation. K3 clearing close, clearing graffiti. Having a little bit of information, and Revenge darts up high, but not able to do anything out of it as John Hamm swings off CT, standing in the middle of the open, and catches K3K on the swing, securing the round for them 6-4.
Yeah, just playing this nice and slow. Curry and Rice trying to create that space for themselves, so we'll see if that is going to be the case. But yeah, hopefully we can continue on here. You know, 4-6, Curry and Rice starting to find a little bit of space to go ahead and play with as we are approaching into this next match. More even than the previous one for sure.
Definitely.
And Old Heads is not just, you know, playing around and letting them catch up now. So harder round, harder games, and we'll see how it goes.
Kairos with a good ult. Tracking Revenge to the wall, unfortunately isn't able to land the second shot, but tagged him for 80. And like I said earlier, I think it's the reason why, you know, this one's a little bit more even is this is a map that, like, as I suggested earlier, rewards progression. You have 3 sites here that you're able to work up picks on. You have angles that, you know, usually you want to play as 5, but that also lets the defenders push up on the angles. So the fact that these guys are cycling out their util very well and using it to clear out angles and push up the side, and they're getting rewarded for it, you know?
Oh my god, Campion.
Good for 2. John Hamm immediately sprays through the door, catches them on the run back. Boba getting caught out due to the vulnerable of the alarm bot. And now Curry and Rice are regrouping towards A site. Sova, K-Rose trying to straggle up onto backside with his Marshall. Trying to see if he can get a pick. Unfortunately, not able to land the first shot. Not able to land the third. John Hamm catches him with his Vandal. Now, Old Heads 2 scrambling up middle, looking for guns, and hopefully trying to play together and win the retake round for them.
Yeah, and they're going to have to figure out a way how to get back in here right now. As you see Curry and Rice starting to make a little bit of a run now. Old Heads not really finding the stride that they want.
Ooh, huge blinds as they both blind close in order to get time to clear everything close. John Hamm catches the frag on Kate as he drops some Heaven. Thomas swings out CT, but unfortunately gets caught up by Basalsa.
Last round in the half.
As Curry and Rice try to position themselves in a way to hold it down for the second map.
Yeah, trying to keep that pressure going forward, and you know, we are entering into that last round of the half, so a lot of these teams, you know, full buy, go all out, spend as much as you want. We'll see how that plays out, but Curry and Rice definitely winning the first attacking round for them, making it really difficult for Old Heads to go ahead and make a comeback. Beacon here. Campion holding the angle with K-Rose as well.
Tight, but Revenge gets the early 1 dink. Campion tries to refrag to turn the damage, but unfortunately isn't able to make it happen. Kairos is checking short, trying to see just in case anyone's trying to work it up. And Curry and Rice are putting pressure towards the C side or potentially even B. As this Kate get tagged? Oh no, unfortunately does not get tagged through smoke. Ooh, Kate get 3K. Good for 1. Almost potentially good for 2. He looks to get Destroyer. There's now 2 bottom mid and
Player standing.
not too sure what's going on here. I cannot designate who's attacking who's defending. Revenge swings through the smoke and dies before anything can happen.
Yeah, tried to play the defusal game from the long distance, you know.
but a little bit confusing as to why Revenge ran through the smoke to follow up on the right side. The bomb was down. Maybe he was a little bit confused on
Switching
who's
sides.
playing for what. But at the same time, you know, can't really. I'm not in their shoes, so can't really think about that too much.
There's a reason why we're on the desk and they're down there.
True,
so,
true. Actually, Curry and Rice, a decent amount of them are like I have played with them a couple of times, except John Ham. Of course.
Placing swamp grenade.
Ren comped with them a lot, so don't want to downplay myself a little too much. I like to think that I at least know what I'm doing a little bit. But.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on my iron pin to come in from the mail. So, you know where we stand, or at least I stand here. Both of these teams getting ready for this next push. You know, reset of econ. We have flip sides, so it's a matter of seeing where we decide to go with this. And let's take a peek. Curry and Rice leading 7-5 right now. Now they're gonna have to deal with the aggression of old heads right now.
Boss also doesn't even care that there's like a potential chance. He just drops the smokes immediately, gets a good refrag on Campion as Campion slides on and kills Destroyer. John Ham catches K3K as he swings out through the smoke, and now forcing old heads to back off and try to regroup, try to see if they could work something else instead. However, as you know, Hyder anchoring the C site. As they run through garage, get a little bit of information that they are up.
Destroyed.
So they do know that he is towards C garage, but not sure on where Chamber could potentially be. And now olds are backing up rather quickly.
And you see how they're running too. They're making some noise towards C. They made noise towards A initially. They go back towards C. They hide in garage, and now they're making their full commit here. C-Ball Salsa taking some blind shots here. Trying to get in the back, and Boba gonna be able to find John Ham up top.
Beautiful pick here from Boba as he now puts him in an even situation. However, Old Heads is now stuck at a little bit of an HP disadvantage. Boba now dwindling at 40 HP. And they know exactly what Omen is. Karo swings off of the blind, gets one, but Revenge is able to get two. And now 2 full HP as Boba is struggling to try and find himself a fight here. Salsa taps the bomb, gets ready to gunfight the angle, but Salsa shoots him through the box before Boba could get another frag with his gun. Putting them up 8-5. Absolutely beautiful pistol around here from Curry and Rice.
Yeah, playing that retake quite well, and I feel like a little bit of the aggression may have been a little bit too much this time coming out from old heads. Curry and Rice just playing it nice and slow and strategic, just forcing them to play around that. But we are going to be going into the eco round for the side of old heads, so they're going to have to go ahead and save. Meanwhile, it's going to be full specters, full armors for the side of Curry and Rice.
This can potentially be a huge round because we have seen a lot of 6-9s or 6-8s to the point where winning this round with pistols and sheriffs has been a huge comeback situation. So maybe we'll be seeing that from old heads too. Drone up through garage, Revenge looking for a potential Sova dart hit. Sure, swinging before the dart even comes out, ready to take the fight to the door just in case. Campion getting Salsa in the mid cubby. Boba catching the store as he jumps up for C-Long, but John Ham saving the round for them as he kills 2 mid. And now Boba with 40 HP is trying to lurk through garage. Hasn't seen the alarm bot, but is getting seen by Kurt. Hyder ready to react to the turret shooting him, but Boba immediately puts him down. Sees Revenge in garage or from garage window and goes for it, but they do know that bomb is made. They aren't looking for it. And just as Boba looks away towards garage window, John Ham swings from the whole corridor and takes him out for a free.
Yeah,
not quite free actually. I say free, but Boba did put in a lot of work with that pistol. So
yeah, it's just a lot of damage coming through, and as you see, Curry and Rice is starting to find a little bit of their stride now. It's not something that is, for free. Definitely playing to their advantage, figuring out how it works. And old heads, I feel like, just needs to find a way to kind of stop this momentum if they can, and start swinging it back in their favor. This would be the round to do it. They do have the guns available, so
good Sky Flash. Does know that a couple of them are peeking mid. Sova Drone Revenge does see Omen once, does tag him as Sky goes to Dog Garage, potentially to see the alarm bot, trying to check if there's anything close.
Yeah, playing it nice and quiet right now. Just you see the spike is back down at the spawn for the side of Curry and Rice, and now They're looking for a little bit more pressure. Cade, 3K, trying to swing on Revenge. And Revenge gonna be able to get out. Just only taking a little bit of damage this time. But now, Basalsa with this little
Champion? Ooh, Champion
Champion.
unfortunately does get timing. Getting hit with a movement by the Frenzy and gets taken out before he can do any damage to Basalsa. Giving away a free gun, if Basalsa potentially is able to play around it. However, Boba with a very hard lurk up too long is able to catch Hyder before he's able to do any damage. And now as the team is regrouping and scrambling towards C. Oh! K3K just barely missing.
Spike
What?
down.
No.
C. 30 seconds.
John
left.
Hamm just barely missing Kairos on the rotation. And Revenge gets one with a shock dart as it's a 4v3 situation with two people having guns from Curry and Rice. Thomas TFT, Omen very low in the smoke, trying to play around and trying to make something happen. Kairos looking towards the garage. Meanwhile, it's tagged up a little bit, but does take out Destroyer. Putting them in 3v3, and Balsalsa gets one. John Hamm gets another. Now, albeit unfortunate as Boba is very low and Balsalsa doesn't even need a swing, just walls bangs him through the box. Putting them up 10-5 in the next round.
Yeah, making sure that this game is not going to run out on them, kind of like the previous one. It's 5-8 at the moment, and Old Heads definitely needs to switch something up if they do want to continue to push on forward. Can't just let Curry and Rice really just eat up all this space for free.
Exactly, and especially on a round like that, it was definitely huge just because they were playing with Spectres versus guns, and yet, you know, Balsalsa able to get away with two there, one being the A-long pick on Campion. Is just unfortunate that they're not really playing together. They're losing guns in angles that they probably shouldn't, just because you know, they're giving them away for free.
Yeah, the aggressive peak is starting to get punished quite a bit from Old Head. So now, see if that is the case. Balsalsa does get blinded. Start off the round. We'll see how they are going to be playing out this attack.
A little stall. The util towards A, and nobody really peeking mid. Not wanting to give. Oh, but maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, he does. Boba does get the pick on Revenge as they swing into the op, putting them in a 4v5 situation as they both teams are slightly leaning towards A site. Potentially about to see a gunfight here, based on who sees what.
Yeah,
As Balsalsa jump spots back site, trying to check long, trying to see if anyone's trying to walk up on the site, just so that Destroyer himself doesn't get timing. They're grouping up, ready to fight for it. Destroyer swings, catches Kairos,
Spike down. A.
and leaves. Ooh, Balsalsa, swings backside, tries to get one, but doesn't able. John Hamm sprays through the smoke and gets three, leaving Boba alone on A short. And
Ooh, this is starting to get close. It's a 1v1. But he's playing around the fact that John Hamm might get rezzed, which is a really interesting
30
idea.
seconds left.
We'll see if they
Last
have him
player
do it.
standing.
unfortunately, John Hamm isn't able to get revived as Hyder is a little worried about where Hyder?
Yeah.
Maybe he's potentially waiting for the plant or something, but at the moment he's just kind of standing there.
Yeah, he might just be waiting for the plant and go ahead and
10
swing.
seconds left.
Either that or onto B, but Boba, understanding that, oh my god, he is still getting touched! He's got no time!
No time, no time. Oh,
my.
and the Killjoy Molly is able to save them the round.
Oh my. Sometimes the timing is all that is needed. They knew that he wanted to run all the way back to Seaside. Just gets completely punished for it.
Boba unfortunately not able to make it happen. A little worried that the tick was going to do too much damage. And tried to escape into the corner, but unfortunately not able to make it.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to play it.
Putting them at 11-5. And that's yet another huge round. Although the economies are a little bit broken for the old heads here. They do force up, they do buy guns, except for one. In this case, Campion with a Neon ultimate. Tries to get one for on Destroyer, but Destroyer responds with his own one-tap signal. Well, not really quite a one-tap, but headshots him. Falls off before he can do too much damage. Thomas TSP blinds from long, gets one. John Hamm mollies out, gets Boba with a molly. Also refrags, gets Kairos with his headshot of his own. That gets taken out by K3K on the Sky. Although Sky is at 50 HP. Playing a default. Now playing for a 2v2 situation, down 100 HP. Thomas TFT holding Heaven, waiting for the util while K3K is waiting for the drop. Now they're getting resmoked in Heaven. Let's see what they try to do here. Hyder tucked in the corner, waiting for the graffiti push. Potential graffiti swing or anything of that sort. We're seeing a very huge patience play here. Hyder gets one.
Oh my.
And Revenge crouching with the Odin is able to get two.
Oh man, it was just like that. It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction, the divine intervention.
Yeah, I cannot believe he's actually good for two there. Just the fact that he's swinging out with the Odin. And even better, does crouch out of his crosshair.
Yeah, the Vandal spray just decided to, you know, not touch him, period. So,
or maybe he potentially just didn't expect him to. I know I personally wouldn't just expect someone to just crouch in
the middle. You know, you're always lined up for the walking headshot. But yeah, this time, you know, old heads definitely have their back against the wall. They do have full buy money, so we'll see if that does help them out. But for the most part, it is looking really, really close.
Absolutely. Very much so in favor of
I've got your trail.
Curry and Rice team. They're now full sending it down mid.
Going through Cade, gonna find the first
K3K swinging backside, pushing through the incredible amount of util, fighting 2-on ball Salsa and Destroyer. And now they have a full advantage on B side. However, the bomb isn't able to come down. Flash just barely just a K3K. And oh my god, John just swinging through the smoke. Hyder immediately playing around Campion and making sure that John Hamm doesn't get caught out lacking. But the thing is, they don't know that Kairos is on C, but Kairos unfortunately with the spray. And John Hamm closes that out for the team, seeing a joyous celebration from Curry and Rice as they tie up map 1-1, 13-5 on the second map.
Yeah, the Haven pick definitely working better for Curry and Rice at the moment. They were ready to go. They said, like, you know, we may have made it really close earlier, but now we're going to be able to take this and apply the pressure moving forward. So really good play by Curry and Rice in order to force them to go ahead and play into that. Yeah, just overall great matches. And yeah, this first game 3 of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And usually we've been seeing a lot of stomps, a lot of high octane, high early level gameplay where they kind of just pressure them off the gate, off of the half, and then kind of just go into, you know, the second map, stomp them out using the momentum off the first. But we definitely saw a switch up here from Curry and Rice as they were able to try and, you know, push back. John dropping an average ACS, I think, of 435, something like that. 435 average combat score, and you know his team nothing to, like, you know, shy away from either, as they're all putting in the work, putting in the effort, and we were able to secure 13-5, I believe the score was at the end.
Yeah, and it's just a really good push overall. You saw the change of momentum. They were going back and forth for a little bit.
Definitely.
But
the 1-1, 2-2, 3-3,
yeah,
4-4.
And then at some point, you know, they just opened the gates. They were just like, we're gonna go, we're gonna run it. And it really worked out in their favor. I would love to see that, you know, maybe move into their last map, which we don't know what it is yet. So when it does happen, we have to see what the other team decides to do. You know, you got to shift your mentality, not only because, like, you know, you had a good roll to start. Now it's starting to slow up. You can't quite get those KOs. But also, like, how do you make the adjustment? Maybe even in Agent Select, how do you do that in order to secure down the win later down the line? And especially, you know, on the biggest stage such as Grand Finals.
Exactly. And I'm a little curious as to see, you know, whether they're going to go for a more aggressive style here, just because we haven't seen anything on Split regarding the way that they play. We do know that Split does reward a very aggressive playstyle when it comes to exploding onto sites, although it is rather difficult, you know, with the tight angles, with the very I guess it's like the steep angles as well, the way that you kind of have to full clear things in order to make sure that nobody's actually sitting there. And so of course I'm expecting maybe a KO in this upcoming match, just because the angles are or I guess like the hallways and stuff like that are tight enough to the point where KO knife does get a huge amount of value. But other than that, I'm excited to see what they pick in terms of characters. Maybe a raise as well, just because, like I said, those tight corridors and those tight angles.
Yeah, you have a lot of options to, like, clear things out with raise.
Exactly, especially on a map like this.
Yeah, you could use it to clear out, you know, you use it to clear out vents if people are trying to push through that. It gives you a lot of safe angles, so we'll see if that is going to be the case moving forward, especially for either Old Heads or for Curry and Rice. So we're moving into this final match here. Just waiting for everybody to get resituated here. You know, a couple bio breaks left and right. So we'll definitely have to see how the games go moving forward. But definitely these teams are here to shell out and ready to go.
So currently just waiting on R from both teams as a Destroyer does call for 2 minutes just so that they could break. Now seeing it, the R's drop in chat as both teams are now ready for the final match.
And yeah, we are about to head into split for our final match, as already mentioned. We are ready to go. Old Heads, number 2 versus Curry and Rice. This is it. Grand Finals here at the Guildhouse for our current LAN tournament we got going on here. So, we'll see how they decide to pick. As you mentioned earlier, you know, Old Heads is going to opt in for that raise, giving him a little bit of space this time. Also, Kiro's going back to the Fade. Something else that has worked out for them. Boba on the Killjoy Campion, on the Jet, and Thomas TFT on that Omen. So now, it's kind of up to Curry and Rice to see what they want to decide to play, if it is going to be anything crazy.
It's a little bit of a surprise. I haven't really seen Destroyer taking someone like Chamber. He kind of does offer the same thing that Jet does, I guess, that get out of jail for free. And I guess on this map, it is not really too sure about what I could say, but I guess like the high and low angles allow Chamber to reposition in a very I'd say in a very advantageous way, where he could peek through mains and then TP to higher ground and then take an angle up high, you know. But a little bit of a surprise if we do see the double sentinel with John Ham locking in Sage, I guess, for the mid control. We have Balsalsa and Revenge locking in the Brimstone and Raze. Obviously, Raze probably standard for this map. And a little bit surprised on the Breach. We do know that Breach has been a pretty strong pick on this map just because his util, like he does have, you know, stun for close, flashes for close. On A site when it comes to pushing and things like that, a lot of people don't actually utilize it like this, but the thing is, like, you could put the Aftershock, his like a damaging one, and elbow, stuff like that really denies people from swinging out and taking picks for free. So I'm really excited to see the way that Hyder actually plays his Breach here, whether he's going to be aggressive and play around his own flashes, or is he going to play back and flash really cheesy spots for his team. And regarding Karos, you know, like I said, Fade is really good for those close angles, and that's what Split offers, is the fact that you could tuck really close, send the Wolf out, send the Prowler out, send all of the stuns out, and see, you know, the way it comes together.
Yeah, just allowing for a lot of, like, utility coming out from Old Heads this time. Not only just information-wise, but also having to play around it. And then, you know, Curry and Rice is playing this kind of style, like, with their picks, it's more of, if we know where you're at, you're not getting out. So they have a lot of, you know, they have a lot of pressure with the Breach. Boba already picking out 2, gonna get traded out by Hyder. Kate looking for another one, and grabs 2. So Old Heads definitely making themselves feel present here. And they are going to be able to grab 3. Kate 3K making himself known here. And Old Head's going to be taking the lead 1-0.
Boba really making his presence known. They're like double swinging, I believe, from screens, and he gets 2. Just before they're even able to hit site, gets traded out a little bit, does die, but immediately gets refragged by Cade.
As you see Wolf Spectres coming out from the side of Old Heads, just making sure that they have enough money to just make sure that they have that gun advantage and flex it here. And here we go.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the Breach utility is able to deny so much. But at the same time, that's also the issue I have with they almost immediately broke the site. Like, I guess they got a little bit of information.
Oh my god, Campion
just running it down mid. Absolutely disgusting shots here as he gets 2 with his headshots. Lands a spray on the 3rd through the box. Dashing around the map like a madman. Putting them up in a 5v1 situation as John Ham is trying to work up something here. Not too sure if Thomas might be aware, actually, that John is in garage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, John does crouch below his crosshair for a hot second, but Thomas resets and is able to get the immediate kill on him before he can do any more damage to it. There you go.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the magic button is the crouch. It's not always the case, but it just happens to work out that way. You know, 2-0 taking with Old Heads in the lead at the moment. Just playing, you know, once again, that kind of aggressive style, taking up a lot of the mid space and not allowing rotations. Something that I've seen, you know, Old Heads really almost like pray and preach in this tournament so far. Just not allowing any space to be free, force them to work for it, and if they don't, take it from them.
I'm a little bit terrified too of this fade and raise combo. Imagine getting stuck by that and then not being able to hear for one, and two, getting decayed. You're going to be taking a lot of damage before you can even get into the fight if you land into that little trap that they have set up here.
Especially if it's like a route into the boom bot, you're just sitting there and you're like, ah.
That's the most terrifying part, especially. I think they opted for a no Sage and instead opted for the 2-in-1 where they can both sticky mid
Yeah,
and get information without having to drop a whole character for it.
true.
We're seeing a full-on execute, and this is what I'm talking about, where he's denying the swing from the right side by aftershocking him before they fight together. Fire getting one on the entry, Revenge getting two. Kairos finds a third over the wall, but John Hamm is able to refrag it back and gets Kairos, putting them in a 3v2 situation. Whilst also, unfortunately, not able to get the third, but putting Kate at 3 HP.
Yeah, they're
And
playing
playing
quite
with
close together. They're trying to figure out where the opening is. Boba's spotted out here.
Definitely. As Boba's trying to use his movement to his advantage. As we saw him earlier, unfortunately not able to, his Destroyer does headshot him. And before Cade do any more damage to the Eco by taking out one more, John is able to swing, get the last one, and secure the round.
Yeah, that is something that if you're Old Heads, you're okay with. You knew that they had the gun advantage moving forward. Plus, you already took out, you know, 3 of the guns. So it is important for them to go ahead and keep up with that movement. We'll see if that momentum does swing in their favor. Now that Curry and Rice now have to buy smaller guns in order to even like compete right now.
Look at two rifles inspectors.
Playing it nice and quiet right
The fight's close. Trail getting detected on the raise now. As Kairos does know that one of them is mid, so they smoke it off and opt to play around the smoke. Meanwhile, Bas also lurking up towards A, trying to, I guess, play around the trip and see if anyone tries to push up. A hitting off the market. Getting a little, maybe just a little bit of value by pressuring them a little bit.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to play here too, so
Definitely
not
the util
afraid
that
of what.
Old Heads are using is free pressure to Curry and Rice, especially because it has hit them. And it looks like it's going to be a decent execute. Absolutely beautiful stun there from Hyder. Omen utilizing his smoke very well, does TP out of it instead of walking away, opting to walk away. And Revenge swings hell. Even though he has a rifle, catches two as he swings through CT, gets his Thomas TFT. K3K tries to stop him and does catch up through the smoke before he is able to do more damage. Now in a 4v3 situation, a little piece of the wall broken, so Kairos is trying to look down and look for someone trying to walk through. Meanwhile, Cade pushes out as they play top-down backside as Destroyer and John Hamm play together. Both also plays Pillar, baiting him. Destroyer swings backside, making sure that he gets the pressure. Ooh, unfortunately gives up on playing the top-down. Ooh, and John Hamm gets a free pick, gets one.
Can he swing on Hyder? And that is the question. He's going to go ahead and try to stick. He is buzzed up a little bit. And Cade, 3K, going to secure the 4K for himself and put Old Heads up 3-1.
That is simply unfortunate that Cade, even though he's full stun, he does go into the confidence because he knows that if he doesn't fight that angle, there's no chance. There's no chance they're going to win. He's just going to swing. And luckily he's able to get the headshot, although there is a little bit of control to it, but still at the end of the day, the fact that he's able to get him fully stunned is very fortunate for K3K, ending the first 4 rounds 9-1.
Yeah, definitely applying that pressure early. 3-1 at the moment. We'll see if it is going to continue on forward. Here comes Spike, but it looks like this time, you know, Curry and Rice is leaning towards A site.
Take out the turret a little bit. So Campion gets one on Destroyer, but Revenge immediately refrags him back with his own headshot on the Eagle. John Hamm spams Kairos through the smoke, opening up A side just a little bit more. Not too sure if they know that Boba is here on site. They do know that his util is waiting, but it's up to Revenge. Maybe he has a play here ready with his ultimate. Has the nade ready. He nades up CT, does ult out. Revenge catches him. Oh, Revenge catches. What? Wait, who ulted?
It's all good. Curry and Rice tried to use it to get onto site. Aimed up high, ended up not getting anybody with it.
But I think Cade also popped his own.
Might
Ends
have
up
cost
catching.
him. Maybe it was
That was a little weird.
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I saw Curry and Rice's ult go off, but I saw the kill come up for Old Head, so not too sure what happened there. Boss also working up the magic in the 1v3 situation, catches one, looks for the second. Unfortunately, not able to get it as Thomas TFT is moving around, using the movement very well to dodge all of the deagle shots and gets final kill on boss also.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead and push on forward. Old Heads number 2, continuing on with that pressure and letting them know, you know what, it's 4-1 at the moment. They cannot sit back. You know, you might have a sizable lead. You have to fight against human nature and not let your foot off the gas. So we'll see.
I was a little bit confused about how that round played out. I'm still a little lost. I'm over here watching the play-by-play still, and I feel like I missed something important.
Yeah, like somebody popped their ultimate, and we don't know what happened in that moment. We know that for Curry and Rice, they tried to use it to go ahead and hit the top, but K3K actually ended up getting the hits in. Oh my god, here comes the Rolling Thunder. You do see K3K pushing themselves back. They do utilize the ultimates. That's 2 of them already used down for the side of Curry and Rice. They're still trading pretty evenly moving forward. 2 apiece right now. Curry and Rice trying to keep themselves alive. You do see the Sage trying to heal up at the moment, dropping really low and dangerously low as Kairos is going to be able to clean up the rest of that. So great play by Old Heads number 2.
Swinging with all the confidence in the world, the Prowler does end up seeing Sage in the back, and fortunately, as Destroyer tries to swing off of the detail, potentially pressure them before they're able to get out, does end up winning the round for them.
We will see how it goes. You know, Old Heads now starting to get a little bit of momentum rolling their way. They did lose 1 round, and they have to play into this gun round at the moment. You know, Campion now has this.
You want to play? Let's
has this
play.
op available. They knew that it was coming out from the top, and now they have to play against the other angle. Destroyer gonna take the gun out of Campion's hand and take it into their own. We'll see if that is the case. Boba gonna be walled off here by the Sage. Curry and Rice continuing on forward. We do see the Fade's ultimate being used here to go ahead and give them a lot of information. Revenge gonna get clapped up there. Metro K-Rose grabbing 2. Can he find 3? No. Destroyers there holding that angle. Can the rest of the team figure out where they're going here? But Old Heads gonna be able to have a player advantage moving into this little bit in the half.
Can't quite count out Curry and Rice, just because the chamber op does get, it's such a very strong weapon, you know. The fact that it's able to shoot as fast as a Marshall, but still one shot any part of the body. John M tries to gets ready on the angle, but Thomas TFT catches him off. The top down is a little too much for him, and now John Ham knows that 2 of them are there, and the 3rd is following up behind him as the satchel comes out. Ready to fight, ready to play together for that pressure.
They're trying to play it as quietly as possible. John Ham just hugging this corner with the spike. Not going to be enough. K3K going to allow themselves to get that last hit, and Old Heads now starting to apply a lot more pressure. Not really like letting them get away with too much here, and not letting it happen really.
That was a very intense round, just because we see Destroyer working up the pick. We see him playing for the 1, playing for the 2. But unfortunately, before they could even make anything happen, got shut down by the Kairos, his ultimate in heaven. And he was good for 2 there. The 3rd, I believe, dying to flank. And then after that, you know, it was kind of settled, especially in a 2v3 where they were up guns. So now we see Campion trying to peek up a ramp. Missing the op shot, unfortunately, on the half-peeking jet. Or not the jet, I think it was chamber peeking first. And so now John Ham is working up heaven, trying to see whether he can actually catch the opper before he does anything. Gets Kairos here to offer his own support, but instead gets sprayed through the wall. Now Jet is holding a tight angle. Sees Destroyer peek his head just a half second, but doesn't shoot because it's a little bit difficult to land that shot when they move like that. So now there is a lot of stacked up towards A main. Not too sure about where they could be, other than the fact that they did see Destroyer and a little bit of Raise Util outside of main.
Yeah, they're playing it nice and slow. Once again, no kills, but, you know, minute left in this round. They're just chilling. Oh, as stated, Boba trying to make himself known here. He's got 4.
Unfortunate that they do not clear the close angle. And it's up to Destroyer in a 1v3 situation. Boba absolutely destroying the push. Even without any util on site, he is ready. And he makes sure that they know it by getting 4 off that swing.
And he's got plenty of time to play with, just leaving the spike down here, knowing that Destroyer has to come by and pick it up. He does see the pickup. He's just spraying through it. Can he get the ace?
Oh my goodness.
Boba
leaves him at 148 or 142. Apologies. And it's completely up to Destroyer. I know that they're just yelling at Boba to get this last kill. Try to get the ace.
Yeah, they might even might let the plant go down, which might be the case here. It looks like no, Thomas.
No, it doesn't look like it. Thomas TFT instead secures the round. Unfortunate for Boba, the ace was literally in his grasp. Hit up Destroyer for 142, but instead Thomas opts to secure the round.
Okay, Thomas, you could have that, I guess.
Even though they're up 6-1, instead of giving him the ace, I think they're yelling at him that they shouldn't let him have it.
Yeah, they're like, do you have ult? Yeah, all right.
Yeah. You know what? Don't let him have it.
Don't let him have it. This is mine.
Don't let him get the plant. Don't let him do anything.
No money. All right. It's like maybe they're doing quick math, you know.
Yeah. You know what? That might be it. Where he's just where there's you know what? Let's deny him a full entire loadout just because they don't want to give him that 300.
All right. They're gonna use the ice to in order to go ahead and make sure that they're not just rushing up mid at the moment.
I does see John Hamm a little bit tucked into the corner, and he does give a little bit of chase. Boombot does see K3K in heaven, but is unfortunately not able to do any damage. Simply just runs at him.
Yeah, and we'll see. They're both watching this angle in mid. They know that they want to hit mid as quickly as possible.
Ooh,
Champion gonna be able to grab 2. That's already John Hamm, and Revenge already down, and now they're looking for more.
3
While Salsa
gets
gone.
4, and now we're seeing Campion now with his
God.
own ace moment as Hyder tries to push into heaven. Trying to look, he hears the util bot. An absolute clown fiesta mid as Campion completely continues to swing over and over and over. Does not care for the fact that he is tagged up 120, but instead gets ready to fight.
Boba might be able to get the one that he missed out. No, hi there.
Boba offers his own support in a way where he tags him up for 70 damage. Campion opting to no longer go for the ace, but instead maximize the eco out. Goes towards B site. And now we're seeing back-to-back 4 pieces here from Old Heads, completely shutting down Curry and Rice before they're even able to take control of mid.
Yeah, and as you can see, Old Heads right now on a 6-0 run at the moment, just applying that pressure to Curry and Rice at the moment, and not really letting them get what they want. It's just making it really difficult for them. So Old Heads, even though, you know, might not have a couple of aces, still really good individual play when they do find it. And the aggression is not really being punished as much. So
are we seeing the potential use of the fade, the little bungee jump? Unfortunate that they do not have the read here. But Revenge with the double satchel takes out a bunch of space. And now they're up on site as Curry and Rice opt for a very aggressive play to the point where they do not really clear anything close, but instead try and opt to, for a full side control. Now Boba with the ult ends up catching Revenge through the smoke, and we're about to see absolutely huge killjoy ult. It actually, it doesn't quite go down, but instead gets destroyed by Brimstone. And now in a 2v3 situations, they're playing around the flashes, they're playing around the util. Hyder tries to get his own by flashing through, but unfortunately isn't able to make it happen as he gets shot around the smoke, and Destroyer refrags him, but Kairos responds with his own by swinging again around the smoke. Catches Destroyer before he's able to make anything happen and kills him for his 4-piece.
Really big play by Kairos there, just
3 rounds back to back, the 4 pieces, man. The 4 pieces coming out from Old Heads.
Yeah, they can't quite get the aces allowed. No aces allowed, just 4Ks only. But yeah, some of those amazing plays, you know, just spraying through the wall and just happens to catch the raise on the way out. Unfortunate for Revenge.
That was definitely unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, John Hamm and, you know, the rest of the team trying to hold down the site. They gave up site quickly, which is smart. And then just decided to play with the numbers that they had later down the line. We'll see if we do see the bungee jump thing, the baby cradle, little bouncer thing with the fade pull, if that is going to be the cause. We do see Boba trying to do a couple things.
We see a quick vent control, and John Hamm is able to get a pick before Killjoy's util stops them in vent. However, the fade ult absolutely huge decays all of them for a ton of HP before they're even able to get out. And Thomas KT responds by teleporting on the site while Salsa swings out from heaven but gets taken out before he can do anything. Hyder responds with this ult so that he could isolate Cade, and Heaven takes out Cade, puts him in a 3v2 situation with pistols. However, Thomas TFT good for 2.
Remaining. Last
Kairos
player
kills
standing.
Destroyer, and now it gets put in a 1v1 situation. However, Hyder only gets a deagle. Meanwhile, Kairos does get his pistol.
He tried to get it with the it's just the timing of
Last
Kairos
round
right there.
before the
Yeah,
switch.
Tried
absolutely
to
beautiful
use the
spot.
util to go ahead and get a pull around the corner, but at the same time can't quite get traded out and swing on the opposite end. So
Thankfully, Hyder is grateful that his stun does actually stop him from getting one tap through the util. Unlike before, where we saw Campion with all the Cade, all the confidence in the world, swings him fully concussed. He's still able to get the kill.
we gotta say, you know, once again, 9-2, Curry and Rice stopping the momentum. So allowing that to get the push through is really important for them.
What a boombot. Sees them all the way outside near Eastside spawn. Not too sure if they realize that the boombot did chase them pretty deep, but it looks like that they're playing for a 3-minute retake off-site. Never mind, I stay corrected. They get ready for the ultimate by blinding before they can get out. Cade getting John Ham with a nade. Thomas TFT getting one more off the swing, and Cade getting the ultimate. Campion with his knives completely running it down, and now Salsa is in main, gets one.
Yeah,
I've seen him win
Balsa-
these.
Balsalsa getting ready to try to slice and dice up whoever's left. Final round of this half too, so Balsalsa kind of gotta go guns blazing here. We'll see if that is the case. Tosses the gun a little bit.
Ooh, just barely missed by the fade blind. But Thomas TFT and K3K are both low, and Kairos just swings off the turret. Not a care in the world, lands a headshot, secures the round for them. 10-2.
Very good play overall
Switching
there.
sides.
Old Heads number 2 trying to close this out here. 10-2 at the half, and now they're about to swap sides. We'll see if that is going to be enough to go ahead and close out this game, but still a lot more to go, as we are going to be resetting the econ, heading into a pistol round, and we'll see how it goes from there. Going to go ahead and check up on what the picks are going to be, as we see Hyder, rest of the team just trying to figure out what they want to pick up. Moving into this final pistol round. Quietly checking the corners, dancing. Once again, Old Heads up 10-2 in this final round here. You see the aggressive push mid. John Ham using the wall in order to get up on top. Boombot is going to get destroyed, playing it nice and quiet here. Bench doesn't know whether he wants to be on the wall or not. And you do see the rest of the team of Old Heads playing through mid, just kind of applying pressure to this wall, letting them know, hey, we're here. Do we want to take the positioning, though? That is the question. We are seeing them pushing up on the wall. Now, Campion trying to apply a little bit of pressure, but it looks like they are going to be rotating out to A. Playing it nice and slow at the moment. Trying to figure out how they want to go about this. Still biding their time. Lots of time on the clock. You know, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, I mean, 40
An
seconds.
ungodly round.
Yeah, we're just chilling here, waiting for the shot clock to expire. First, the Eyes gonna be able to give them a little bit of space here. Boba gonna be able to find the first pick onto Destroyer.
Taking side control, albeit with low HP. Whilst also completely
Down A.
running through the smoke, running around in the smoke, pardon me, but ends up finding Cade because it's super low.
Spike planted.
Now they get the plant down. However, 2 people are half HP. Meanwhile, Killjoy is a head dink away from death.
Yeah, they are gonna try to find a way through here. Thomas CFT blinds 2. Can he find one? He does, for sure. And Boba's gonna find another one on the opposite side. Now Balsalsa trying to return the favor. Does get that kill. Now to Balsalsa versus the world. Up against 3. Switches out guns just to get the reload. The Eyes are there, but he doesn't have the eyes for Boba, who is immediately to their left. Good play by Old Heads. And they are continuing on with their reign of terror. Currently 11-2 here for Old Heads.
An absolutely huge pistol round. Even though we saw a lot of the eco damage early, we saw them enter the site with about 50 HP. the fact that, you know, Boba is getting these kills through such tight angles. He caught Destroyer just a little bit outside of heaven. I think he caught John Hamm as well a little bit outside of heaven. Really securing the round, even though Kairos and I believe it was Cade, and both at 30 HP each respectively.
Yeah, definitely really low. And, get shot in the ankles and you die, but
yeah, single-handedly winning them around, I feel like.
Yes. So Old Head's definitely trying to figure out a way how to shut the door right now with their guns that they have purchased. Meanwhile, Curry and Rice might just try to play off of the gun round next round. And that may be the case. Another thing to point out, scoreboard-wise, Old Head's pretty even across the board. Everybody's really just doing their job and finding kills and finding picks when necessary. And definitely a team effort coming out here. See how it moves.
There's a good turret from Boba, pressuring Brimstone on site, but also not able to quite peek into the angle, while at the same time letting John Hamm do his thing and having all Boba has to do is hold it. Boba getting absolutely huge value off of his lurk. Finds both Heaven players with headshots. And Campion pushes out B with his teammates. And they know that Brimstone is towards B site because they heard him earlier in the round. Volleyed off CT. And there's so much pressure coming out here from Boba. Boba, an absolute MVP in the round. Boss also tries to jump beat Heaven. They know he's here. Boss also catches him with the movement in a 2v1 situation.
That's number 2. He's
This is
trying to
easily
look
winnable.
for.
This is winnable and losable for both. And Cade knows that he hit him up with a satchel, swings from the stairs, and takes him out before he can do anything to push out on this.
Match point.
Putting at 12-2 match point.
Match point and tournament point.
Exactly.
More importantly.
Grand Finals, third map. We saw a back and forth, especially on map 1. We saw a little bit of this momentum. Curry and Rice snapping it back for the second map, and now we're just seeing an absolute dominance in the 12-2 on the third map. Albeit the rounds are fairly close when it comes to the actual kills, but in terms of just like the picks after the util unfolds, Boss also good for 2. The absolute Stinger B swinging through the util, everything coming out, running through the ultimate. He does not care.
God, he does not
He almost
care.
killed himself with his own util. And John Hamm on a huge flank here. No killjoy util, no nothing to catch him out alive. Oh, Boba.
Boba doesn't know. John Hamm already going to be able to shut that down now.
But John Hamm now has a gun. Knows that they're both on site potentially. And now Kairos is getting ready to fight this.
The spray through the smoke in order to allow for the cross right now. So John Hamm going for the reload, trying to find somebody here. But I don't know if this is the play. Trying to push through the smoke. They both have the peek angles ready.
Oh, John knows. John knows that they're holding this cross.
But he doesn't know which side to look at first.
That is unfortunate. That was an amazing game. Amazing gunplay. Amazing gunfights from both teams. However, Old Head's really pulling through in terms of just aggression, being able to hold those angles, playing retake with the util. Beautiful gameplay from both teams. And at the end of the day, Boba and Cade really putting in the work, as well as everyone else. We're just seeing Kairos and Campion dominate in their own 1v1s. At the end of the day, Old Head's closing it out 13-2.
Yeah, as you have the peak of them right there, a couple of old heads and a couple of old guys here on the cast as well. Very great game overall. But as we saw, second game, it was really close just because, Curry and Rice made a point early to continue and push on with the streaks. But
Definitely.
after that, once it got to split, it was just, making